for a filthy drop.
Hello YouTube and welcome back to the final part of the final CSGO major this year in Paris 2023, and we are just shortly after the end of the Legends stage, and it hurts me really bad to say that this was a fucking roller coaster of emotions. Basically every favorite team just went out in such a phenomenal fashion. It's just crazy. As you can see, only 3 of my picks for this stage were actually correct, which were Heroic and Vitality. Both of them actually 3-0, just went through straight, and in my opinion one of these teams gonna win the whole major in the end as well. Next one up would be Faze. In this case we had a rough start. They just started losing both of their best ones, but bounced back in the end in their best of 3 series and even overcame Navi in the end, which is kinda good sign for Faze, but I think it's a bit too late and it's not enough because Navi wasn't showing off on this day, especially Simple as well. Continuing to my Navi pick, they just got out 2-3, lost their last best of 3 against Faze. They actually lost the Ukrainian derby against Monte as well, so kinda sad on this page, but nevertheless can't change anything about it. Yeah, what to say about ENCE? ENCE just got completely nuked out of this one, 1-3, and oh boy, devastating. Furia, even worse, getting out 0-3 against Monte, NIP and G2. And that brings me to the last one. G2 just got out in a 1-3 as well. And the worst thing about it, their last game they lost against Fnatic. Last but not least, 9. Clear 3-0 pick for me was a clear 0-3 pick. Nothing to say about that, just completely ripped it. Nevertheless, I'm still gonna talk about my picks for the champion stage, aka the playoffs, and just to grab the nice gold looking coin, I'm just shortly gonna go through which team won against which team in the Legends stage, and then I'm just gonna shortly explain who's gonna advance from here on further. Starting off with Heroic, which are just a 3-0 pick. They just ran through the Legends stage against Faze, Apeks and Liquid. Next on we have Faze. Faze just got through barely with the 3-2. They just won their games against 9, BNE and in the end Navi. Moving on to Monte, which is just through with the 3-1, and they won their games against Fnatic, Furia and of course Natus Vincere. Moving on to GamerLegion, which moving through with the 3-1 score, winning against 9, Fnatic and Apeks. Next up we have Team Liquid. They just bashed through in a 3-1 as well, and they beat 9, Navi and IntoTheBreach. Next up we have Apeks. They just barely got through with the 3-2 with wins over IntoTheBreach, BNE and NIP. Moving on to Vitality, clear 3-0. They just ran through against G2, ENCE and Monte. And last but not least, the most surprising one, and actually I would have never thought to say that, but IntoTheBreach from the 3-2 pool, winning against Faze, ENCE and Fnatic. And I just have to say about the recent results, CSGO has never been more competitive. There is no absolute clear favorite for this whole tournament like it used to be back in basically every major. Just moving on quick, Heroic against Faze. Heroic just looked super strong in their games. I just have no doubt that they could lose against this struggling Faze right now, but I could be proven wrong, and I just say, from what I've seen, Heroic is just so eager to finally close out CSGO, the chapter of CSGO, with a major win. Moving on to Monte versus GamerLegion. In my eyes, Monte just massively showed up, massively. They showed skills and talent, which I wouldn't have expected from them. So in this case, definitely, even though GamerLegion showed up very good as well, in my eyes, it's gonna be Monte. Next up, Liquid against Apeks. Sure, Apeks had some insane rounds compared to what you expected them to achieve, but Liquid just looked like a complete new team in this case. Nothing even close to what we've seen in the Challenger stage. So I just predict them to at least crush Apeks. And the last one from the quarterfinals would be Vitality against IntoTheBreach, and this is probably the one with one of the most upset potentials, because I don't know how far IntoTheBreach can go with this kind of playstyle, with what they've shown before. I think they are capable of taking at least one map off of Vitality, but in the end I just don't see it happening that IntoTheBreach actually can overcome Vitality. Moving on, if it's heroic against Monte, even though Monte showed up massively, I just say in my eyes it's gonna be heroic advancing through. Same goes for Liquid against Vitality. Vitality has shown so strong recently, and they are just so eager to win the first major with Zywoo as well. Even though Liquid turned up the game massively, I just see it on Vitality's end in this case. And if the final should be heroic against Vitality, I'm pretty sure that heroic this time is gonna close it out. Last major against Outsiders, they just couldn't push it through, but I think this time they just have the biggest chance overall to finally win this goddamn match, and I would just wish it to them. For everyone who's still in the race for the actual diamond coin, could consider to put Vitality into this spot as well, because Zywoo has just been going massive. Majors, Spinx, even Apeks showing up sometimes, all of them are supporting, and it's just steamrolling. And if you really like to go with the underdogs, you could go with Monte going through, just having the momentum, just having the factor of being in the underdog, the black horse. Nobody would have expected you to be there. Just finish it. They could be doing it as well. And last but not least, the troll pick. Just go with the British guys, IntoTheBreach for the major. I hope you enjoyed my pick and predictions. Even though the failure is nearly a catastrophe from the legend stage, I still hope you enjoyed my pick'ems. I hope you had a great time. Let me know what you think about my playoff stage / champion stage picks, and let me know how many picks you got right in the legend stage. I'm just curious if over 10% of the whole CS community participating in this major pick'em are even still in the race for the diamond coin. As always, I'm thanking you for watching the video, and as always, see you for the next big event. Until then, see ya.
I done grew up around some people living their life in bottles. Granddaddy had the golden flask, backstroke every day in Chicago. Some people like the way it feels, some people want to kill their sorrow. Some people want to fit in with the popular, that was my problem. I was in a dark room, loud tunes, looking to make a vow soon.